everyone, my name is Nicole and today I'm going to do a little home science / consumer protection video. I'm posting this in response to the Life Ionizer bottled water test video. A friend sent this to me a few weeks ago and I checked it out and realized that some of the medical claims that they were making were just not correct. And I've got an associated blog post with this, which I'll have a link to, explaining why your body really doesn't need any help regulating its pH. But part of the video, the bottled water test part, I wanted to actually go through and see how acidic are these different types of bottled waters. So we're going to go ahead and start that experiment right now. Okay, so here I have an assortment of bottled waters and drinks that I think match the bottled waters in that the Life Ionizer video uses. And I've got a few different ways of testing the pH of these different bottled waters. So first you've got your little standard litmus paper tests. You can find this at a hobby shop. Use the red litmus paper to test to see if something is alkaline, and the blue to see if it's acidic. It just changes the color darker or lighter. There's no actual numerical scale on this. Then at a pet store I found a pH test solution, but it doesn't have a very wide range. It goes from about 6 to 7.5, remembering that neutral is a 7. So I had to do a little bit more digging to find a pH tester that would cover a whole range. You can go to any science supply site and find pH drops like this, and this ranges from a pH of 1 up to 11, so really acidic, up to a high alkalinity, where again 7 is neutral. So we're going to test these different drinks. This is a soda, one of the clear sodas, similar to what was tested before. Ooh. And you want to get about 4 or 5 milliliters in the cup, which isn't much. So I'm going to use one of these test tubes to get it close. But I don't want to use the same test tube for all, so we're going to have to estimate. Ooh, bubbles. Okay. That's about how much. It's a really tiny, tiny amount that we're testing. This is harder with the bubbly drinks. Tiny bit more. Okay. Leave that. And so this is the pH tester for fish tanks. So it's really want to be close to neutral. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's a really light yellow. Don't know how well this is going to show up. This is a really light yellow color, which on this is a 6, which is the end of the scale, so may have gone off the scale. We don't really know. So next I'll use this pH tester. And I think this one just takes 1 drop. Oh, and I failed. Well. Okay, so this is a soda drink, and you can see it's pretty red. Yeah. Doop. Orangey red, I guess. I'd say maybe a 2 or a 3, so pretty acidic, as you would expect from a soda. You can try the litmus paper now. Now I realize that this part of it, I'm going to be using the same dropper for everyone, so gotta take these results with a grain of salt. Take that as experimental error. Okay. So, just need a drop of soda. Bubbly, bubbly. I'm just gonna dump you out. Ooh. So, the soda. So the soda turns the blue litmus paper red and does nothing to the pink. So that means it's acidic. Okay, next one. This one was labeled the number 2 bottled water on the market. 3. With the fish tank tester. And again, we get a bit of a yellowish color, which puts it at the acidic end of the fish tank scale. So that's about a 6. There we go. 1 drop this time. Score. And now we see with this pH tester, the water takes on a yellow color, which puts it at a 6. So 6 is slightly acidic, but close to neutral, and certainly not the 3.5 that the Life Ionizer guy got. You can see the litmus paper doesn't actually change color with the bottled water, so it's not acidic enough to change that color. Okay. Next is what he called the number 1 bottled water in the market. Very exciting. Maybe a little bit more greenish than the other ones. It's kind of hard to tell. So again, on the slightly acidic end. Okay, so the other bottled water also brings up a yellow color. Ooh. So that's also about a 6. And again, your other popular bottled water, it's not changing the litmus paper. Next, the unnamed square bottle. We can all pretty much figure out what that is. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's different. Ooh, that's different. Fish tank tester. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of blue. So it's more towards the alkaline end, but it's like 7.6, which is again getting close to the end of the scale. So we want to test it with the other one. Wow, that's pretty clear. That's a green color. So it's in the 7 range. You see that? So that's pretty spot on neutral with your square bottled water. All right, now the sports hydration drink. pH Science Supply Store pH tester has it as pretty acidic, kind of like the soda. So remember, clear and not bubbly doesn't necessarily mean neutral. Bam! That's pretty acidic. So just like soda, very similar to soda. I forgot one test, that is tap water. Tap water comes out kind of blue on the fish tank scale, so good to know if you are gonna get fish. My tap water's slightly on the alkaline side. And the tester, this tester, it's green, it's close to neutral. It's not as fine of a scale as the fish tank tester. So it's close to 7 or 8. Alright, so I hope this has been instructive. First of all, don't believe everything you see. Obviously my results are quite a bit different from what you saw in the Life Ionizer video. And the best way to figure out what the truth is to test it yourself. Like I mentioned before, these testers aren't that hard to find. The one with the larger scale, you could find on a science supply site. They sell things like this. You can go to a pet store to get a finer, smaller scale of pH tester. Of course, if you run off the ends of the scale, it's not very instructive. Or you could pick up some litmus paper strips just to get a sense of how neutral or acidic or alkaline something is at a hobby shop. This is probably your cheapest solution. So feel free to check this out on your own. I think I'm running out of battery, but I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that was instructive, and remember to be skeptical.